Right now, we're live on Facebook.
Oh my God, we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, because of course I apparently am doing Facebook alone. Oh, well, there he is.
Oh, it's not. Oh, I guess I get to do it that way.
Wow, look at us.
We are pros.
Well, I will tell you this: our lighting's gotten a lot better since the beginning. Do you remember people bitching because Renee's in the dark? We can't see her.
Well, even though you're illuminated, you're still sometimes in the dark.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, they could land freaking planes in here right now.
It's bright. It is bright.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's bright. So anyway, welcome to Road Comics Adventures. I'm Renee Bray, and this is my partner, Flip Worley.
Right off the bat. Really? That's how we're starting, right off the bat. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to do something crazy.
I'm setting an alarm so I can know when to send out the notification.
For our special guest.
Yep.
I don't know if I told you this, but not only do we have one special guest, she's bringing a friend and a second friend, and the second friend has a very famous name.
What does that mean?
Rita Moreno.
Oh, was she in either West Side Story or the movie Fame?
I believe she was in both, actually, but I can't Google it because we've got all three of our phones tied up.
Son of a gun. Rita Moreno.
Rita Moreno will be our guest. They're coming on about 8 o'clock tonight, and that's based on whether we can either get her on through Facebook or the email thing that we're trying to do. God love her.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
Time will tell. I'm actually putting together, we got a QR code, by God.
Welcome to the 21st century.
Hey, we have a QR code. What do you think of that? So I'm going to flash up on the screen when I repost this. I'm going to try to actually embed it. I'm going to add it to the.
We don't know what we're doing.
Anyway, so that can you see it? There's kind of glare. It's glary.
And I will actually be posting it on all of our social media tonight after the show.
Can you see it? Our lighting is so good now you can't see stuff. But we'll post it later. Anyway, so that's our that's our QR code.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we got our little logo on there. I love our little logo.
Yeah, it's nice. I don't know if it makes using the QR code more difficult or not. I don't know a lot about technology, and so what I have to do is hold it there and hope for the best. And it does work.
Guess what else we've been doing?
What?
We're putting together a merch store.
Oh, God.
A merch store. We've been fighting this tooth and nail since our partnership started. Neither one of us like to be that guy sitting in the lobby selling stuff.
Oh, Leroy Flippy Dippy Weatherman with, hang on, I'm gonna respond with all the Flippy Dippy weather.
You know who Leroy Fly is, right?
I do.
Yes, you do.
Do you know who this is?
Flippy Dippy Weatherman?
Yeah, that's a very, 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 very old George Carlin bit. Long before he went on these huge rants about things that he hates or whatever, he used to do a news broadcast where he would do the weather, he would do sports. He was really funny.
In other words, that's what we should be trying. Is that what you're saying?
Well, his bit was, "Hi, I'm Al Sleet. I'm the hippy dippy weather man with all the hippy dippy weather, man." And then he would go up like, so anyway, I believe that's what your good friend is referring to.
It would not surprise me.
Look, we already lost a viewer.
What? Who did we lose?
I don't know, but it went from 4 to 3. So there you go.
Oh, well, that was your Carlin impression, did it? I guess.
That's bad.
But I wanted to talk about our merch store.
Let's get back to that, shall we?
All right. We've been fighting this, and we can't fight it any longer. We start January 7th again.
REO Speedwagon song. Sorry.
I knew it was an REO Speedwagon song.
Is that where you're going for?
No, but kind of, yeah. I figure if we're going to have a theme for tonight, we're going to talk about other people's comedy shows and stuff, I can throw in some songs. Are you reading something?
Yeah, it's for right now. The weather at the Chicago airport is that minus 32? But who gives a crap, because who lives at the airport anyway?
Jimmy's pretty funny.
He is?
Actually, he's pretty funny. He's a blast.
I can't think of there's 2 airports in Chicago. One's O'Hare, the big one. What's the other one?
Midway.
Midway, yeah. Okay, is it are you at O'Hare or Midway? Just curious. Merch store. So can I give a little background?
Go ahead.
All right. Most entertainers, those that travel especially, have merch, which includes any number of things, as I'm sure you all will know, any concert you've been to. Rene'nay has over the years sold a few things, including one of which was a shot glass.
T-shirts, lighters, and shot glasses. All the things that were important to me.
And I've sold over the years a few things, but neither one of us are really comfortable with it, and we
hate it.
Yeah.
We hate being like the guys at the fair Hawkins.
Yeah, I don't want to be a carnival barker begging people to buy my stuff.
Yeah, but we have a lot of people asking us for stuff.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do any merch or whatever? One of the things is, because we have Storm with us everywhere.
The who?
The Road Comics Adventure Dog.
Yep, that's it.
Also, it's not conducive for us to carry things like T-shirts and hats, because people could say, oh, my merch has dog hair.
Right. Well,
or, it smells like dog, or, it smells like you two driving around in the car for 1,000 hours. Any of that kind of stuff, we just don't want to carry it around. So there is a thing where we can do our store online and only online.
Right. And where people, if they were interested, having seen a show, not seeing a show, seeing the podcast, whatever, where they go, boy, I thought that phrase was really funny, or I really like what they were talking about. I would like a piece of Rene'nay and Flip to have as my very own.
And you guys are going to find this very funny. When Flip woke up and came out for breakfast this morning, I go, hey, I designed us a shirt. And guess what it was? It was the wheel of excuses on a T-shirt.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled.
I freaking love it.
Rene'nay was over the moon. Flip, I'm over the moon. You want to see my happy dance? So luckily in 2025, they have things called print on demand companies. And so we can open up an online store, and then we can have any number of things. And if you or anybody else is ever interested, they go, we want a piece of Rene'nay and Flip. They can actually go online and say, I want this color shirt with this design, blah, blah, this size. And then they automatically mail it out. So we don't even have to handle the mailing, because we can't do that either, because we're going to be on the road. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it does become kind of a nightmare. So if there's any kind of merch you think you would be interested in, send us an email. Give us a hint. I believe you can put our email address up on the screen.
By golly, should I do that now?
I believe you should.
I believe I will. Check this out. We're going to go to Boehner's. We're going to go to
Well,
Look at that.
looking
Ah.
at you.
Sign a disclaimer. That's from Jeremiah.
Sign a disclaimer. What do you want us to sign? What is he saying?
A vibrator.
Who wrote that?
That would be your friend in Chicago with 32 degrees below zero.
Well, I guess you would need a heated one, wouldn't you?
How hot.
You know, Jimmy, you heard us on the other podcast. We're trying to book shows, and some people are like, well, is it going to be a clean show or a dirty show? And we're like, we don't know. Do you know the part about where we're just going to do what we do?
Yeah, it's a complete mystery.
And so we're trying to be on our best behavior on our podcast. What are you looking at?
I was just seeing what Facebook said, and it's just people that are watching, which is very nice.
And who's watching?
Tina Roberts is watching.
That's my cousin. Tina.
I know who that is. Doug, I want to say Tilton.
Doug Tilton. Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah.
And Gene Gilwater.
Gillenwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who that is.
Is that Aunt Jean?
That's it, Gene.
Hi, Aunt Jean. I didn't know your last name was Gillenwater. I just know you Aunt Jean. I thought her first name was Aunt. I don't know. All I've ever heard it's Aunt Jean. And you know what? Aunt Jean's over near Baton Rouge. It's like I thought it was Aunt Jean.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So anyways, so much about the merch store. We don't have it up and running yet. And again, whether you care or not, our concern is if we're going to do it, we want to work with a company who has decent stuff, good stuff.
Yeah, quality stuff. I mean,
at reasonable prices, and also a decent customer service, and they get stuff out in a timely manner.
I have to tell you, I'm pretty proud of the fact that recently some people have sent me pictures of some of the stuff they bought.
Right.
Back in the day, my bumper sticker, touch their butt to lose your nuts.
Right.
And somebody sent me a picture of a shot glass, and somebody sent me a picture of a t-shirt, and the fact that stuff is well over 15 years old, I'm thrilled with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
there was, and I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but there were some comics, and I can't speak for, like, here's the deal. Anytime you go see an arena show, a stadium show, obviously you're never going to see like Mick Jagger at a merch table hawking his wares, right? They just have people doing it. But like the smaller the show, the more likely you might see
right,
the entertainer selling stuff. I just have never liked doing it. And
I hate it because I like to talk to people after the show, and I don't want them to feel like they got to buy something to talk to you. And that's kind of how you feel. And it's just kind of ugly. This way you can scan our QR code, and God knows I want everybody to scan it, because if they knew what our Sunday afternoon looked like, it was Sunday we did that.
Oh, the QR code?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
That was a day. That was a full day. Evidently, for other people, it's easy. For us, it was a challenge. But one of the best comics, I think, for really having the wherewithal to sell the hell out of his products was Bruce Baum.
Yeah.
Bruce Baum was,
look him up on YouTube,
an amazing promoter. He would promote his stuff.
He is amazing promoter.
Yeah, absolutely crazy good. I wish I could do what he does, and I can't. I don't.
But anyway, so if you got any ideas, if there's something you go, hey, we think t-shirts are great, or we think shot glasses, or we think bumper stickers, or we want key rings. You know what we're not having in the store?
What?
Koozies. I hate koozies. I think they're stupid. I think you have some left over that I have drugged to every place where we've worked, and we won't take them out and even give them away.
I bought koozies, and I'm not joking now, in somewhere between 2005 and 2014. I don't even know. And I've never sold a one. I've never brought them. I bring them to clubs and theaters all the time. And I've never mentioned them, never put them out for display. So they don't sell Very well. Here's the thing. If you don't know it exists, chances are if you were going to buy it, you wouldn't do it because you don't know it exists.
Yeah, and we're both like, you want to do the koozies? And we're like, no.
Not so much.
I know. I've been looking those suckers around.
Not that they're heavy. I mean, they're not, but still. Rebecca Thompson Waits.
And who is that?
Book Bag Becky.
That is Book Bag Becky. She is a juvenile delinquent. You know that, don't you?
Well, no.
She got a block.
Oh, that's
on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Book Bag Becky got in trouble.
Was pissed yesterday.
She's in Dutch.
Oh, I came flying.
Do you like that phrase?
Yeah.
She's in Dutch with the Facebook police.
Yeah.
I think you know her crime, Book Bag Becky. You know what her crime is? I am so glad you asked. She is hoping to provide like stuffed stockings for the elderly and underprivileged children for Christmas. Oh, she's an evil witch, that one.
I know. She's a bad mama jamma. That's another song.
That's a song? Bad
Mama Jamma.
Who does that?
I don't know, and we can't look it up. But you know, Jimmy knows. Jimmy Leonard will know. She's a bad Mama Jamma.
Yeah. Well, that Book Bag Becky, I would say look her up on Facebook. I don't know if she's there anymore.
She is on Facebook. She's, as a matter of fact, not only are we going to look her up, but we're going to, because I think you got in trouble for posting an Amazon wish list.
Oh, is that what it was?
Well, who knows? Because they won't tell her. They just go, you've defied community standards. Yeah, because she's doing something for other people. And so, you know what, Becky? I'm going to post that Amazon list. I'll post that on my page. And you are more than welcome to post on all of our social media. You can go to any of the outlets, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
But if you get us kicked off social media, I know where you live.
Well, because she posted where she lived too, and they weren't happy about that. I also think I just spit on you.
You might have. It's all right. You know what? It's all right. So I think we're done with the merch topic.
Yeah, but you know what we haven't done?
What?
Haven't done the countdown tonight.
I know.
You're not going to do it now either, are you?
One never knows.
All right.
It's a mystery. By the way, if you don't know, I love doing, and you don't see it on Facebook, you only see it on YouTube, where I love doing a countdown.
Hey, Adam's on, the chef.
Hey,
Adam,
I just made something today.
Yeah, you were cooking in the kitchen.
We release, as Adam, you may or may not know, we release cooking videos every Sunday, but the only way to do that is I have to cook before Sunday. We record it, and then I take out all the crap that nobody wants to see, so it just gets down to the cooking part. So I'll be getting rid of the crap over the next few days.
Yeah, it takes a while. Let's just say that. Oh, I am on fire.
Well, I mean, honestly, if I put something in the oven and it's in the oven for a half hour, who wants to sit there and watch it bake for a half hour?
Yes, and plus, here's the problem that I noticed today. We forget the cameras are on.
Oh, that's true.
So then we're yakking it up, and I'm like, you know, saying a few words that probably aren't family friendly.
Well, that we have to take out also.
Yeah, and there are a few of those. But you know what, Adam? I am going to be getting in touch with you because I want to talk to you about the new winery where you're working.
By the way, Renee's like talking to another camera. You can't see who she's talking to because she's talking to Facebook.
Because I can't see it from this far back.
Countdown. Hey, we're back.
Midge
Yes.
and Mike Betchel.
We had a countdown mishap, but we're better now.
It misfired.
She's
I'm
bad.
just saying. What?
She's a bad mamma jamba, but you didn't say Carl Carlton. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either, but it is a song, and I know that. We also have Jonathan Smith.
Oh, we know
Come to
him.
Arizona. We're going to go everywhere, but I only want to go to Arizona when it's like 187,000
So
degrees.
you literally have 6 months out of the year where you can be accommodated.
Yes.
6 months out of the year, from like mid-April to mid to late October.
Well, if we're going to go to Nebraska and Montana in January, you don't think we're going to drop down?
No, we're not
And-
dropping down. We're dipping down.
Dipping down.
Oh my God. Learn the phrases. Dipping down, man.
We're not going to Arizona then. We're going to wait till it gets really miserable to be there
my
because
God.
that's what we're trying to do. We are, by the way, booking both shows.
Oh, did we mention our second show? I think we
The
did, right?
Road Comics Adventure Live.
Yeah. That's a good, if you love the podcast.
And if you do, we're questioning your sanity.
But we're actually going to take this show on the road, live and on stage, and it'll basically be Rene'nay and myself on stage, winging it,
Kind of like our life.
like we do here, like we do everywhere.
Actually, for the first time in a really long time, I'm looking forward to doing a show because I swore off comedy in 2019.
Yeah.
And I had no intention of ever going back on stage. And I'm not going to go back to do straight stand up by myself. I'm not doing it. It's not fun for me anymore. I've done that.
Well, and I'm still doing my show, which for those of you who may not know, I do stand-up comedy and stage hypnosis, where it's an hour and a half to 2.5 hours long, depending on the venue. And I'll open up with 20 to 40 minutes of stand-up, and then I'll get volunteers on stage, and I'll do hypnosis the rest of the show. However, since I've been doing this, which has been a few decades.
I believe we met in 1990, and we both had a few years behind us at that point.
That's true.
Yeah.
As a comic who does hypnosis, I've always been somewhat limited in my opinion, as far as the things I can talk about and the things I can do, because what I'm really doing, hopefully I'm doing a comedic fun show up front, but I'm also setting up the success or the hopeful success of the second half of the show, which is hypnosis. So since Rene'nay and myself are just going to be doing a show, the two of us together, and I don't have to worry about setting up a show as a hypnotist, I will feel a little bit more comfortable talking about.
His show is totally separate. I'm still booking those in all kinds of theaters. And we're also booking separately our show, calling it Road Comics Adventures Live. We have a lot of people right now that are going to put us up on, you and I together on one night and your show together the next night.
Right.
And we're looking forward to this. We think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hell of a good time.
And a lot of crazy. Nobody likes a little bit of crazy like I do, which would explain the recent relocation I made.
Yeah, out of the blue. Picked up sticks and went from Florida to Louisiana.
Yeah, nobody knows why. Can't figure it out.
Oh, look, we have 3 people now on YouTube, and we're still sitting pretty at 5.
Who's all on there?
On Facebook. Well, we have Aunt Jean, who's got a last name that I'm just now finding out about. Rebecca, Becky the Book Bag Lady, Jonathan. We have Midge. So, and I really do like the road. I've liked the road my entire adult life.
I absolutely hate it.
Really? I love the road.
I liked it. I was very lucky. I got to spend a lot of my time in the Caribbean islands. And I'm a beach baby. I like laying out in the sun. I like being out on boats. And I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Coconuts Comedy Clubs, by the way. Coconuts not one of the biggest, well-respected clubs. They didn't pay the most money, but man, they had clubs in Grand Cayman, Cancun, St. Martin, St. Thomas, and I spent a lot of time there, and I enjoyed working there.
I did not work those venues. I'm not saying I wouldn't have wanted to, but I didn't. And then also I turned down a lot of gigs that I shouldn't have. So I think I told you I turned down 2 months in Aruba. I shouldn't have done that. I turned down 2 months in Australia. Shouldn't have done that. Turned down a gig in Japan. Turns out I shouldn't have done that. So
Yeah, well, see, there's a lot of where you said I shouldn't have done that. There are a lot of gigs I had to turn down because I couldn't do it. I was a single mom.
right.
I couldn't leave kids for 2 months with a babysitter. That would have been horrible. God knows they didn't come out all that well with me raising them, let alone.
But I love, I mean, there's a lot of things I love about the road. I love meeting new people. I love seeing different towns. I don't sightsee well because I normally sightsee at 70 plus miles an hour. But when I'm in a location, I usually sit in the hotel, but I actually read like what's around me in case I ever get out.
You know what's coming, right?
What?
You know what, Renee? Since we're going to do this together, now this was before we decided to do our show together. It was just his show, and I was going to do sound and lights and just travel and help take care of the dog, and because it is more fun when you're doing it with a friend. And we were, I believe, I remember hearing this, Rene'nay. You know, I never went sightseeing or did any of that kind of stuff because I was by myself, and, it isn't fun to do it by yourself. So if we're together, then we can go out sightseeing. And plus, we're not going to spend all day in cars. We're not driving 14 hours a day. We'll be able to stop and see stuff. Now, we've been on 2 trips already. We've already put in over 8,000 miles together. And I want you to know, I did a lot of this. Hey, Flip.
Well, so here's what I'm figuring out. Only one word in that entire thing you said, one word made that statement sadly, unfortunately, untrue.
What's that?
When I said we're going to stop and see, had I not used the word stop, I would we're going to see. As we travel, we're going to see things. But stop and see, we haven't stopped much. So that was when I said that I may have spoken too soon.
And you raved about this stupid ball of twine for some reason that is the biggest ball of twine. It happens to be in Kansas. And you go, we could stop there if we wanted
By
to.
the way, did you know, and I think you're the one who told me so, I think you know this, they also have the second biggest ball of twine there too also?
Yes.
It's a twofer.
Yeah, it's a 2.
It's a 2-banger. If you liked one.
I thought we were starting a theme on looking at the biggest ones. Write your own joke there.
It writes itself.
So it just so happened when we were on our way to Michigan a couple months ago, I go, oh, Flip, look, there's the big chair. It's a big chair. It'll fit in with our thing.
Look, dude, we've had this discussion. If you don't know this story, and I know I interrupted and I apologize, but I'm going to tell you, she noticed the chair as we were passing it at 70. It wasn't a touristy area. It was someone's front yard. It was like
but it's Indiana. These people were out in the country.
It was a residence. Fine. It was a residence.
But they set up the big chair. They're like, it would be fine.
Maybe for people to go, look at the big chair. And for no other reason.
Well, you don't know because we didn't stop to ask.
Well, you know what? I don't go on strangers' properties.
But you'll stop a yard crew in the middle of the interstate.
I didn't do it. I said I wanted to do it, and there's a huge difference.
Okay.
And then I was talked out of it for fear of being tased.
Evidently, that's a whole different story. Well, that's going to have to go in the book.
evidently, and I'm not going to go into any detail, but rumor has it, if you walk up to a road crew that's being supervised
by an armed guard, like prisoners doing pickup along the road.
just because you're curious and you've got some questions, evidently you risk being tased, if not shot. But you certainly risk, from what I'm told, you risk being tased. So I'm rethinking my whole talking to the road crews. I said to Rene'nay, I go, look, I know that in my heart I'm just going to be friendly, and I have some questions because I love asking questions. And she's like, the armed prison guard may think it's a prison break or a drug swap. And I'm like, well, I would never do that. And she's like, well, they may not be aware of that. So
So I just tell you, honestly, if you think I drive around with him and I don't have my finger on the camera all the time, you would be wrong. Because at some point, I'm going to have him outside of the car, at gunpoint, and he's going to be eating a dirt sandwich. And I'm going to have the telescopic lens on.
And in my defense, all I'm thinking is I had a few questions. I just wanted to ask a couple, because, inquiring minds want to know.
Oh.
But when you go, and again, you
and if you look at any of our social media, you will find we did stop at the Big Chicken.
Yeah, of course we did. Why? It was in town. We were already in town. We weren't going 70, so we could just plop on over and take some pics.
Plus, it was the Big Chicken.
The Big Chicken.
And that had been kind of one of our inside jokes for a long time.
Yeah. So, did you meet when you were out and about, like unusual people, like people that were kind of off the beaten path a little bit?
Oh, of course.
That to me was one of the fun things. In fact, a friend of mine called me today and we were reminiscing about someone who worked at a club that I used to work at frequently. And he had a nickname, and his nickname was Scrappy. And the reason why his nickname was Scrappy is he would help bus the plates, dishes off the tables when people were done eating. But as I'm sure you know, people don't always finish what's on their plate. So as he was yeah, he did it. As he was taking the plates off the table and walking back to the kitchen, he was eating what was left on their plate. Hence, Scrappy. Yeah. So one day he and I were talking, and he had mentioned to me that he got drunk with some friends and they decided to pierce each other's nipples, just sort of out and about, not at a place.
More family conversation.
Well, pierce the chest area and the innermost circle area. Anyway, so that was fun. He told me the story, and I was really interested about it. And then he told me something really cool. And this is why, self-piercing, maybe don't try this at home. Whoever pierced him, or he did it himself, I'm not sure which, he killed a nerve on one of his nipples. And so I killed it. I don't know what he did. It severed it. I don't know what happened, but it was droopy. And so anytime he's at the pool, if this was his chest, he would be looking like this. Hey there. Hey. Just droopy nipple. So that was Scrappy. But it was really fun talking to him and hearing that story. I was working at the Comedy Works in Denver. And one of the wait staff there liked to shock people by telling people about his piercing. And he had a Prince Albert. You know what that is?
Of course I know what it is.
If you don't, Google it. You can probably Urban Dictionary, whatever. And I guess when he would tell people he had a Prince Albert, they'd go, "Oh, too much information, TMI," or whatever. But if you ever want to try to shock me, don't bring something up.
Say great grandchild.
That did it. But I will always have follow-up questions. So I had this guy talking.
You had no follow-up for great grand.
Well, you know what? It was self-explanatory. I had a child who had a child who had a child. Is that right? Is that you had a child who had a child? Yeah, who had a child. Yeah. Story told. But this guy's like, I got a Prince Albert. I'm like, oh my God, showtime's not for a half hour. Let's talk. And he's like, what? And I proceeded to ask him all kinds of questions. And I found out all kinds of crazy stuff. So you want to hear a fun fact?
Oh, jeez.
So he told me, he goes, for the first couple weeks, he was one, like when you get up in the middle of the night and you've been drinking or whatever, and you get up in the middle of the night, you're half asleep, half awake, and we go to the restroom, as guys will do, he would stand at the toilet and he would relieve himself. Right? However, pre-Prince Albert, there was only one exit point.
I enjoyed just watching you try to clean this up.
Post Prince Albert, there were two exit points, and one was at the top, and so he frequently peed on himself.
Which is a whole other little thing.
It's a fetish that you wouldn't expect someone to have by themselves. So
you never know.
You don't. But it was just a hoot to talk with him.
Oh, my friend Ellie. Remember when I opened my old... Oh, I'm sorry. I interrupted you right in the middle of it. You can't even hit the
It's not set up. I mean, I'm busy talking about a guy peeing on himself because of the Prince Albert, and we're going to talk about L.E. Or is it Ellie?
I don't really remember, but I'm so happy to have Ellie as part of my little tribe because she came from the really old page that I opened up,
right,
where I used to play Mafia Wars and everything.
I've heard a lot about that.
And I'm just so glad to have Ellie with me.
Hi, Ellie.
L-E.
Well, I said L-E. Ellie.
Yeah, you say Prince Albert perfectly. L-E gives you problems.
Well, you know what? I'm selective in terms of my enunciation.
Just like the other day, I take a nap. I slept for, what was it, on Sunday? I didn't feel well.
Yeah, most of the day.
And I slept for like 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, that's what I meant. Most of the day, 10, 15 minutes, tomato.
I pick up my phone to look at it, and it says, Road Comics Adventures has a new dictionary.
Oh, that's right.
Word.
Oh, by the way, we don't do it often, but we do come up with words, never on purpose. It's just sort of an accidental happenstance. What a great sentence. An accidental happenstance.
We might need to put it in the dictionary.
I like that. And so when something comes up, we'll just mention it, in social media.
So what words do we have in the dictionary now?
Well, here's one. So we were grocery shopping at Albertsons. Can I say Albertsons? It's our show. Of course I can. Show. So we're grocery shopping at Albertsons, and I'd picked up some pork for a meal that I was going to make. And so
pork chops.
Pork chops. So
we make pork chops today.
Yeah.
Low carb pork chops. Film at 11.
As low a carb as I know how to do. So, and we pay for them. Now the pork chops are out of the refrigeration section, and they're just like sort of in a bag. And, like they're not going to go bad in 3 minutes, but, Rene'nay loves to shop. So as we're walking out of the store, they had this whole Louisiana t-shirt section. She's like,
now you're not even telling the story right.
What?
First of all, we're in the checkout line, and we're checking out the pork, and you say, oh my God, I have to pee.
Oh, right. I did have to pee. But again, without a Prince Albert, I know where the stream is going. So for me, it's like a one.
There's good news, isn't it?
It's a sort of a one stream Johnny.
Do we have a banner
I may have to make one.
By the way, where's our little subscribe?
Wait, which? What?
Don't we have a little subscribe thing that's supposed to go up?
No, because this is through StreamYard, or what I like to call yard
Yard
sale.
sale.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyway, the deal was we're checking out. He's got to pee. And I decided I just wanted to like screw around a little bit. So I go, oh my God, because we're always talking about Ohio State merch and all this kind of stuff.
Things, doodads.
Merch. And I go, oh, look at all the Louisiana shirts. Let's stop and go through these. And I was trying to torture him just because I knew he had to pee.
And me, I'm thinking about the pork, and I don't want trichinosis. I don't even know if that comes from, I don't know. What is
food poisoning?
Yeah, yes, what you said. You're like half in frame. What do you keep, like, oh my God. Now you're in frame. Anyway, so she's messing around. I do have to pee. I'm not going to lie about that. But I'm worried about the pork. And so she's like, oh, look at this t-shirt. I'm like, hey, Rene'nay, the pork is on the clock.
And I'm like, what? And then jokes start running through my head. And this is why we think it's time to take this show on the road. Because he'll say something like that. And now I'm doing jokes in my head. And we're shit. Most of the time we wind up telling them to each other.
Right.
And we're dying. So just know if you ever come out to see us live, in our first show, September 6th, at the Firehouse Cultural Center.
September.
What did I say?
September. Yeah, March.
Yeah, March. That's what I meant.
March 6th. It's the Firehouse?
Firehouse Cultural Center
in Ruskin. What?
Ruskin.
Ruskin, not Rustin. Ruskin, Florida. Yeah. So another word. We're talking about cows. She has farmers in her family.
Yeah, my grandfather was a farmer.
Right.
I was going to be a farmer.
And I grew up on the mean streets of Phoenix.
Well, I grew up in a town. I mean, half these people that are watching us know Wilmington. It's a town of 10,000 people, and it's surrounded by a lot of farms. But I wasn't a farm kid. But I did learn some stuff from my grandfather. And
so we're talking about small farms, and we're talking about different kinds of mammals that produce milk, cows being obvious. And then there's goats, and who knew? Camels have a
very rich milk that is very expensive. And I had been looking into getting a farm outside of Orlando.
So much like talking to a road crew where I've got questions. My first question about camel milk was, do they store it in their hump?
No, they do not.
I'd love to tell you I'm kidding.
And honestly, I have looked into getting camels, and I know where to purchase them and what kind of permits you need to do it, because I wanted a couple of camels with my goats and my 2 donkeys.
Well, then she was talking about wanting goats to get goat milk, and then she said the ones that she had, I think, come very close to purchasing, they were the wrong kind of goats for milk. And then it's like, oh, so they had like one udder. And she's like, wait, what?
This is how our breakfast, this was breakfast on Saturday or Sunday morning.
I'm like, well, if they're the wrong kind of goat, one udder. If you want 2 udders, you'd give it like a Prince Albert. And she's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm like, there's male, there's female.
And so I'm like, no. There are meat goats and there are milk producing goats.
And then that led to the same with cows, that there's meat cows.
And then there are dairy cattle. And
I guess the comment was, she goes, Rene'nay's like, well, Flip, biology. And I'm like, well, I don't know a lot about biology, a little bit. And she's like, well, with the meat cows, when the cow gets pregnant, she gives birth, she produces milk. I'm like, well, yeah, that's how it works. She goes, but with dairy cows, they just do it willy-nilly. In fact, they've got to be milked twice a day, every day.
That's correct.
And I'm like, well, what about producing calves? And she's like, no, they just, you know what? They're just go-getters. They are overachievers. They're milkers. And so she goes, you have to milk them twice a day. And I said, well, what if the farmer?
I just want you to know, to my friends that are watching, this is what our actual conversation is.
I'm not making any of this up.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not. So go ahead.
I go, well, let's say the farmer goes on like a weekend bender or goes to the casino or something like that, and then 2, 3, 4 days without milking a cow, like if they're supposed to be milked twice a day, like will it eventually explode? Like will it blow up? Are you going to end up like with milk shrapnel, like all over the place? She's like, what the hell? What'd you just say? I go, yeah, milk shrapnel. Like milk shrapnel. She's like, you're out of your mind. But then you said what?
That's funny shit right there.
But you also said they could blow up, and then there'd be milk. This is Kim. I just jumped on here, and we're talking about camel milk. Yeah, camel milk. They store the.
Yeah, actually, the camel milk. First of all, the milk is not stored in the hump.
If they're milking camels and they haven't been milked for several days, they have a reservoir.
Kim, I actually looked this up because if you just jumped on, you don't know that before I met this, reconnected with him, I had planned on buying a farm and having camels and goats and miniature donkeys. And instead I got a jackass that I have to take care of.
If you have to
that
milk,
was so funny right
me.
there. That was
hello, donkey. If you have to milk something twice a day,
yeah,
and the milking person is MIA,
you can't do that if you're on a farm and have animals. That'd be like leaving Storm in a hotel room and going, hey, sorry, we're not going to be able to make it back till tomorrow. You can't do that.
Well, that's what happened when someone was looking after my dog once. Thankfully, she didn't blow up.
So anyway, Kim, back to the camel milk. Camel milk is very healthy for premature infants, people with intestinal and stomach problems. Look up camel milk. It's very rich and it's very good for you. So I was going to get some milking cows.
A farmer normally has farm hands who help. Well, Kim, thanks for bursting my bubble. Because I'm just assuming like small farmers are there doing their own thing. Who knew? But you know what? There's more and more casinos around the country. Who knows? Maybe a farmer wants to go ahead and try their hand at blackjack.
What does that have to do with somebody taking care of us?
Well, then if they don't have farm hands, then their cows blow up.
Okay.
All right, just.
Yeah, come see us do a show. This is going to be good. What's the
Oh,
you know what we got to have in the merch store?
What?
We got to bottle and sell camel milk.
So when I first moved to Louisiana, at the time or shortly thereafter, I got married. Fourth time, and my wife's older aunt and uncle had 30 acres, and they had some cattle. And anywho, we were expecting a hurricane. There was a hurricane coming, and so at the time, my wife said that her aunt and uncle were leaving town. They were heading up north. And I go, really? They're afraid of losing their home and everything. And they said, no. If it turns out to be a cat 3, 4, or 5, they couldn't bear to be home and watch their cattle fly. Was the reason?
I thought they were going up north to catch them, and they went.
No, they did. They didn't want to. They didn't want to see the cattle fly.
Yeah, that is pretty awful.
I'll bet. I mean, that's
You know, one of the videos that I told you I watched after I retired was a guy who became famous, a famous YouTube guy, after going through the hurricane down in Texas and losing a lot of his farm animals. And he filmed going back after the hurricane. Yeah, it was pretty horrible.
By the way, your friend Jim, I worked on the Vance farm back in the day, every day at 6 a.m., every evening at 5 p.m. We melt the cows. MELT, melt, like a patty melt. Only got to leave the farm on Friday evening to go to
Frisch's. I wanted to take you.
Never left the farm. Never left the farm. And sorry about the spell check crap. Okay, fair enough. So yeah, I guess it was
milking.
Yeah, milking, not melting. How cool is that? If a cow could produce like the like cheese for a patty melt, I'm thinking outside the box.
This is what.
We were offered 500 camels for my mom in Egypt.
Oh wow! I would have taken it.
500? 500?
Well, that might have been too much for my farm.
Oh my God. So,
but that is amazing though. But camels are very warm, loving, and affectionate animals. How long have we been on, by the way, too? I don't
51 minutes and a half.
Okay, because I don't want to forget about our guest.
No, I got it. You don't think I'm on top of things?
You couldn't pull off the countdown tonight.
No, I really screwed the pooch on that. Hey, Daddy-O.
Oh, good. Daddy-O's here.
Yeah, no, I screwed the pooch on that.
Daddy-O, you missed it earlier because we have a big guest coming on in a few minutes.
Very excited about that. So I don't know. We don't talk about it much, but we don't do it every day. I wish we did. But Rene'nay and myself, we try to get out just before it gets dark to take a walk around the neighborhood. We're not getting crazy active, but we're trying to walk more and more. And so friends of Renee's that are becoming friends of mine, Christy and Rob, when we were in North Carolina in Monroe at the historic Ritz Theater, I believe. Was it? No, it wasn't the Ritz. It was in Monroe. It was Toccoa? No, damn it. Are you going to help me? Look, we're on pork time.
The Dowd?
The Dowd. Oh my God. The Dowd Center Theater.
And what's really funny about that is we love that place.
We do.
We love it. And there's a guy named Tim Pappas there.
That we love. Absolutely love. I feel
and
like
not only do we love him, we found out that he and I both lived on the same street at the same time in Orlando back in the early 90s.
Right. So we were in Monroe, North Carolina at the Dowd Center Theater, and Rene'nay's friends, Christy and Rob, came in. They brought us walking sticks from a guy who is well known for he makes about 300 a year. He signs them, numbers them, etc. And they're terrific. I thought they were decorative. But a week or so ago, Renee was like, "You ought to walk with a walking stick because I've got my injuries are stupid because I've done nothing that would cause them. They're not good stories."
These people have seen you in the box at Costco.
Well, yeah,
they know how shit has happened.
Yeah, so
you can. Let's put it this way: he didn't get hurt at football.
See, there's the alarm. All right, so I'm going to send out that message shortly.
Okay, now we have to send out the.
No, wait a couple minutes. So I'm walking with a walking stick. It's kind of helping my knee a little bit. I got my knees messed up and lower back from 30, 40 years of hotel stays. Some hotels are excellent. Other hotels, especially in the early days, the beds were horrible and they wrecked the hell out of my back. Whatever. So I've got a walking stick that's helping, right? So yesterday, Rene'nay goes, "Hey, why don't you take both walking sticks?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Take walk. It'll be like a Nordic trekker, right?
Like Nordic walking." I said, I saw it on Google.
And I'm like, so I'm gonna have 2 walking sticks. Like, are you messing with me? I actually said, are you effing with me? And she's like, what? I go, it's like I'm gonna walk out with 2 walking sticks. I'm gonna end up looking like an invalid, and it's gonna be a yuck fest at the Chuckle Hut, like a big. Like I'm gonna look like an idiot, and she's gonna laugh her ass off, like, "Eh." And then she's like, "You're doing it wrong," because I was doing like 1 and then 2, and she's like, "You do it like this." I'm like, "Well, now that looks like a walker. It doesn't even look like walking sticks. It looks like it's like a metal thing, with 2 tennis balls on the bottom."
But it's really helped.
It was great.
And you start to feel it in your chest and your arms.
Yeah.
And anyway, hi to Christy, Rob.
Thank you for the walking sticks. By the way,
all the kids.
I've absconded with Rene'nay, so she'll need another one.
Well, let's just tell them that you ate all the chocolate cookies too.
Oh no, that's some bullshit right there.
They brought me some Hanes. Actually, they brought it for us.
So here's the final story, because I'm going to send a email out for a friend to join us on the podcast for the last little while. And I've not had the chance to meet her yet, but I'm very excited to do so. So we're out walking yesterday, and
look at my buddy from California.
Yeah,
she watches your cooking video.
Oh gosh, thank you, I appreciate it. So we're out walking about, and as it turns out, when you walk the same time every night, you end up running into the same people. We can't walk Storm.
This is not a good story about me, by the way.
We can't walk Storm, the Road Comics adventure dog, because she doesn't like other animals. And
she's very reactive.
She's a lovely, loving dog, but she just doesn't like other animals, and I'm not willing to fight with her. And so, but we run into a lot of other people that have dogs. One guy has a beautiful, is it a boxer?
He's a boxer.
Just a really, really, really pretty dog. And the guy seems very nice also.
The guy's really nice. He's not unattractive. I'm just throwing that out there. And the dog is a sweetheart. And for some reason, the dog really likes me.
Yeah.
He's been coming up to me since we walked by him the first time.
So, and occasionally we'll stop. Like the guy's normally going one way, we're going the other way, and we'll stop and we'll say hi. So anyway, yesterday we were walking, and the guy was walking by us, and Rene'nay goes,
"Don't you do that? You do that in French."
Okay, I'll give you the opportunity. What did you say?
No, I said, "Hey, baby."
But like, she didn't look down. She was like, "Oh, look at the good puppy." She's like, "Hi, baby."
These people know me. They know I would not do that.
And like he smiled, kind of like, and then he kept going. Like there was at no point did she make it clear that she was talking to the dog. So like she got her trying to make it sound like Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay.
I don't know why.
You weren't even close. But, all right.
So she and so like, and I'm starting to giggle, like I'm Nordic tracking my ass down the road. And I'm laughing, and she's looking at me. I'm like, "Do you even know what just happened?" She's like, "No." I go, "You looked right at that guy, and you go, 'Oh, baby.'" She's like, "I was talking to the dog." Maybe so. You think he knows that? You didn't say, "I love your dog." Like you didn't call him over. You're like, and I thought that was funny. That's it.
Everybody that believes that, raise their hand.
Holy crap, it's true. I'm not making that up. I am not.
Everybody that believes that happened, raise your hands.
Pinky.
Nobody's raising their hand.
Pinky swear, I kid you not, that happened. That was exactly what took place. What are you doing?
I'm looking.
It's nothing new. It's sorry about the spell check.
I'm seeing if anybody's raising their hand.
Oh, well.
Okay, has our guest hit her link yet?
No, but I sent the thing.
So, guest.
Let's talk about her.
You want to talk about her?
Okay, well, let's start with you. Tell us about her.
Her name is Janet Schultz. and she's a very old friend of mine from Wilmington, Ohio.
Oh, look, Daddy just raised his hand.
So
By
what does that mean? Oh, he believes you. Daddy-o, you suck. You're not my
Oh,
friend.
we can judge a man by his treatment of animals.
Oh, I bet I know who that is. This is Janet Schultz. Janet, you might want to jump onto the camera. Turn your
Or not. So
Janet went to the same school I did, apparently.
yeah, there's a difference though. She does not own a production company.
Oh, she's trying to get on again.
Yeah, she's up.
There you are.
So Janet and Rene'nay are good part of the.
Oh, and look, there is the movie star Rita Moreno.
I just realized that because this is on yard sale,
the
that
people
we'll have to discuss what's going on Facebook because you can't see it.
Janet has D&G Paws and Claws, which is a wonderful store for animals. But not only that, she also
Did you say a store?
Yeah, she has a store for where you can buy supplies and
Oh, like a pet supply store.
yes.
You said like a dog store. That just sounds weird.
No, and then she has a place where Janet, you know, when you have to kennel your dogs when you're out of town, you used to do that for Storm, and Storm hated it. Janet's whole thing is she stays with them. They all have their little bed. She tucks them in and everything. Yeah, it's a wonderful place, but she also works to help place animals in Wilmington from the Humane Society there. And I think she's got her friend Kathy Curtis with us. With her,
which we can't see. I work next door at Paws Humane Society.
Oh yeah, and I bet you know Kathy Curtis, Cam. She's on the board of directors, and she is with Janet right now, who we're trying to get on.
So again, we like to joke around. We have a lot of fun, but we also try to pass out some information. We've talked about Steve Eric, dear friend of yours, who's battling cancer. And so
and actually some of you, Tim Ratnell has hooked up with Steve on Facebook, and they're becoming friends. That's the kind of stuff I love to see. And Janet is somebody, for years, if you've been following me on Facebook, you know that I got a Mastiff named Emma, and we got the Mastiff through Janet. She places dogs in good homes, and they're great dogs, and they come to you well worth it, well trained. She does everything she can to understand the dogs and help them live happy and productive lives. And Janet's just an amazing human being.
It's a friend.
Well, let me make sure that this friend isn't.
So anyway, I was hoping to meet Janet. It doesn't appear that that's going to happen, but she is in part of our screen that would be on YouTube. Anyhow, so she has some dogs, one of which is a Mastiff. Rita, is Rita Moreno?
Rita is not a Mastiff. As a matter of fact,
I would know, but oh, she's gone. But I don't.
If you want Janet and can hear us, or if anybody can reach her by phone, somebody call her and tell her to go to Facebook. And if she just logs on to watch this, I can put her on camera.
But anyway, so she's got dogs that really could use a good home.
Rita Moreno has been at the Humane Society for a while, and so long that Janet said, hey, let me take her as a foster. She looks to be part German Shepherd. And what I'll do is, after this podcast tonight or in the morning, I'm going to post some video and some pictures of Rita. If you're looking for a really good dog, Janet says Rita is an amazing dog. She prefers to be an only animal, much
Much like
like
Storm.
our Storm.
Storm, the Road Comics Adventures dog, is a one dog family dog.
Yeah, she definitely is. She doesn't like other dogs. She's great with people, but doesn't like other dogs. And I guess I'm gonna put the link and everything up for Janet's D&G Dogs Claws.
So here's the deal. You know what? And we wish that we had Janet on here. Technology is not perfect, and unfortunately, we weren't able to make it work. But if you're in the Wilmington area, or if you know someone in Ohio, or maybe somewhere else, I don't know if the dog can be shipped.
Well, I don't think they will ship them because. But my son went to Ohio to pick up Emma.
Right. So
we went to get him if it's the right home, and Christy and Rob are huge dog rescuers too.
The thing of it is that we know that there's humane societies and shelters in every city, every town in America. So obviously, why would you go to Wilmington, Ohio to get a dog? Which is, I get it, perfect argument. But if you're in the area, it would make sense. But even if you're not, Janet does such an amazing job that by the time the dog, in this case, Rita Merino, is ready to go to someone's family, house trained, well-mannered, loving, just really a good family companion. So that's my pitch.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, Wilmington has been hurting for a while. It's a city that's been in trouble, and the Humane Society could use some money too. So if you're a dog lover, let me just tell you, Janet isn't screwing around with the money. Hey, are you there, Janet?
Well, we're having technical issues. Also, I'm going to mention my good friends at GlimmerNet. If you have any web design or web hosting needs, GlimmerNet, that's spelled the way you would expect. GLIMM, Glimmer, ERNET, glimmernet.com. What else?
I'm going to say, if you can hear me, Janet.
Put on Facebook.
Oh, that's perfect. If you want to move to my page on Facebook and just start watching the live, I can bring you on camera without you doing anything. So we're still trying. Let me see if I can get you on camera.
I got to say, for those of you watching, and this may come as no surprise, both Rene'nay and I were not born of the internet generation, so we're learning as we go, and consequently, we're not very good at it, but we keep trying. I'm still wondering how you avoid like milk trap. So again,
I believe we have you. Do we have you, Janet? I have added you. Yes. So now look at us. For some reason, I'm not getting video of you.
I believe we have you. Do we have you, Janet?
Do you?
Oh my God! Now you're up in both places,
and that's why we get the echo. By the way, for those of you who are sticking around on Yard Sale, good for you because you're watching the train wreck in progress.
Can you see Rita
now? No, we can't.
You know what? I think that we try to do this another time.
I said we try to do it another time too, Janet. But tomorrow I'm going to post her all over my page, and we're going to try to do a segment with you, just where we can.
Picture I sent to you?
Yes, I got all the pictures and the video, so I will post those.
Earlier that she was waiting to come on show.
Yes. I'm sorry that I'm so technically dumb.
I am brutal, believe me. I am just like, this is craziness. I even did a run through with a friend earlier.
I know, and it should be so easy to do. but we're going to do it again because I'm determined to find Rita a home. And not only that, I want to talk to you because I think we should do a dog of the month or something segment, and let's help the shelter there in Wilmington.
However, if we do a dog of the week or a dog of the month thing, we're going to actually have to figure out how to get them in the video.
No kidding. Thank you, Captain Obvious. You see why I picked him as a partner, don't you, Janet?
Mine like a steel trap.
You know, you've got Joel, I have Flip.
So, but we're talking. Oh, real quick, since you're on, even though we can't see you, what kind of a dog, breed wise, is Rita Merino? Do you have any idea?
Rita is probably some boxer and shepherd.
Oh, wow.
At least that's what she told the animal communicator.
Okay. And what's her person?
5 years old. And she would be lovely with a black male lab or possibly an Australian shepherd male. That's what she told the animal communicator.
Wait, are you making this up as you go?
No, I am not. I have used an animal communicator, Karen Goble, here in Jamestown a few times.
Well, I swear to you, I'm not messing with you. What is an animal communicator? I don't know. I've never heard that term before.
Oh, you've never heard of an animal communicator? They're amazing. They actually talk to the dogs or the horses or whatever for you.
Is it like a horse whisperer for dogs?
Yeah, it's kind of like a psychic, right? An animal psychic.
Yes, very interesting. I've used an animal communicator several times over the years when I have a dog that I'm struggling with. And so I got a hold of Kara out of Jamestown because she came highly recommended. And we've had a few sessions with Rita. And I think one of the most interesting things with Rita was when she first came over here, she was shaking her head a lot. And she seemed like she was having a lot of discomfort in her head. And I was having problems with her. Sometimes in the mornings, she was not really with me. She definitely would have bit me coming out of her crate. And she was having seizures.
Oh, wow.
Nocturnal seizures. And I believe it was due to her preventatives that she was on. And once I took her off of those and we switched things around, those have stopped. And some of the other behavioral issues that she was having, I think it was all seizure related. But the animal communicator helped me with a lot of those little issues.
So, and this is
she would be perfectly fine going. As long, if there was another dog there that was a male black lab or possibly a male Australian shepherd, but a male black lab would be really good.
So the communicator, and I'm not trying to be silly, I promise I'm not making fun.
No,
The communicator said that like definitely a male dog, but in terms of labs, the color that she prefers is a black lab versus any other kind of lab.
That's what she said.
That is so interesting.
You know what? It makes you wonder if she was raised with a black lab.
She was not. That was another interesting thing we found out about her. She was a stray. She was picked up on the street, her and another female that looked similar to her, so we kind of assumed they came from the same litter back in 23. And what she told the communicator was that she belonged to the son, and Sonia, the female, belonged to the father. Both, the son was an adult male. Nothing horrible happened there at the house, but, they were just dogs. They weren't part of the family. So they wandered a lot and got into mischief. And the owners would always come to find them, but then one day they didn't.
Wow.
So they were street dogs.
So
So the dog-
Rita really deserves a home where she's getting a lot of love and a lot of attention.
You know what? Rita doesn't need, she's not a snuggle bunny. She needs someone that's willing to work her. She needs a job. She's extremely intelligent, like probably one of the most intelligent dogs I've ever worked with. She's very driven. She will do almost anything you ask her to. When she takes her toys out in the yard, I'll say, Rita, you need to go get your toys, and she brings them up and I put them away.
She sounds like Storm.
I'm sorry?
She sounds like Storm. This is a dog that Flip rescued a couple of years ago, and Storm is a German Shepherd, and she has to have a job. She's a little aloof. She's not a big cuddle bunny either.
Nope.
Right.
What kind of a job does Rita, like when you say like herding or
She's not, actually, we had sent her away back in the end of January to a trainer to become a either a search and rescue dog or like a bomb or something like that, drug alert dog. It wasn't a good fit for her. The trainer, the trainer was not a good fit. Could she still do that with the right instruction and the right training? Absolutely. But she needs to build trust with whoever she's with. She loves searching for things. I hide things all the time and tell her to go find, and she will do it. One of my volunteers here is in a wheelchair, and she is absolutely amazing with him. Very kind, very gentle. I have a dog that has cerebellar hypoplasia. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but he has a lot of physical deficits as well as mental deficits, and Rita is his dog. She guides him, she takes care of him. She's very kind to him. So I don't think, but I don't know. I've never seen her really with children. I would not, just because she has some resource guarding issues, it's not a dog that I would ever say to be with children.
So adult only home,
I
and
would think so, but once there's someone, teenager, something like that,
right.
I would just hate for there to be a toy and a child goes to grab for it, and Rita does too. But the main, she'll hike. She's amazing. She is an amazing dog.
Well, let's work on her. I'll get with you tomorrow, and we're gonna get her posted, and let's work on getting some of these dogs a good home. I know that you've got a lot more dogs in the shelter as the economic climate is not great. More people lose their dogs, and not only that.
I think what it is with the rescues and the shelters across the country since COVID, unfortunately, everyone thought it was a good idea to bring an animal into their house when they were locked down, and then they didn't do anything with those animals. And then once COVID was over and people went back to work, they didn't want to deal with them, unfortunately. And,
That's horrible.
I don't think the shelters or the rescues have ever caught up from that.
That's
Well,
horrible.
Let's see if we can't do something to help you guys. Thanks, Janet. We're going to figure this thing out, and we're going to get you on the show one of these nights. And thank you.
Maybe we could do a dry run between you and
I was just going to say,
without being on air, huh?
either earlier the day that we do it or the day before, let's do a dry run and make sure we work out the kinks.
Yeah. In other words, Flip will teach me what I'm doing wrong.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for coming on, and it's good to hear your voice.
Lovely lovely hearing you too.
All right. We'll talk tomorrow. Thanks a million.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Very, very nice. Now,
You-
I'm not
I
just-
know the best people, do I not?
You really do. Very, very, very nice people. Now, I've heard of horse whisperers, right? So if she had said a dog whisperer, I guess I would have known, or a pet psychic, I would have known. I just had never heard the term dog communicator. That's why I wasn't sure what she was talking about.
Well, I thought it was fascinating. Very fascinating. I'd like to hear some more about that. You know, it makes you want, if we go through Ohio, there's somebody I'd like to take to see that lady.
There was who is one of the male leads in the movie Magic Mike? Do you know? Boy, that seemed like it was a bit of a turn. You know they call that
Segway.
segue. Dude, I can't think of his name, but like it's on the top. It's on the tip of my tongue. What you want help?
Go ahead.
Anyway, I'm going to look it up as we're talking. But there's a movie, and this guy, he was, I think in the military. Oh, wrong thing. And there was a military dog, and the dog's handler passed away. With me so far?
Okay.
And so the dog was inconsolable, and so inconsolable, in fact, that they. I'm going to write Magic Mike. Who was in that? Damn it. Anyway, so the dog was inconsolable, and so because these military dogs, like a Malinois, are fairly hard to control if you don't know what you're doing, they were going to Channing Tatum. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it because Channing Tatum was in this movie, and I'm going to see if I can find the name of it. But anyway, so Channing Tatum's job was he was supposed to bring the dog to, I want to say maybe New Mexico for the handler's funeral. And then they were going to put the dog down. They were going to put the dog to sleep because nobody could handle it. And it was a really unfortunate situation. So on the road to going to the funeral, he ended up, God, I hope I'm remembering this right. The dog escaped, and he ended up with a lady who was a dog communicator. And that's the first and only time I've ever seen that before. And
well, guess what movie I want to watch now?
I don't know. Now I'm looking for it. You know what I think it's called? Dog. I'm almost certain. Two hard-charging former Army Rangers paired against their will. That would be
The dog and the
Briggs, who's Channing Tatum, and a Belgian Malinois named Lulu raced down the Pacific coast in hopes of making it to a fellow, where is it? Soldier's funeral on time. Anyway, the dog ends up going by accident, finds a family, and one of the people's a dog communicator, and the woman figures out what's going on with the dog, and she tells Channing Tatum, here's what's going on with the dog. Dog's fine. You just don't know what you're doing. And they went back and forth. I'm not going to give any spoiler alerts, but it's a happy ending. So that
well, I would really appreciate it. I mean, you always tell me if I want to see a movie, let you know.
Yeah.
I want to see that one.
All right, we'll see.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Okay.
So again, nothing wrong, Janet. I just had dog communicators. That's a new phrase for me.
And you know, I'm really intrigued by that stuff because I do believe in psychics. I do believe in that there are good tarot card readers. And I do believe that there are people. As a matter of fact, Janet, I think you're probably a big dog communicator. Janet knows what she's doing with dogs. She feels them a lot. I would like to take Storm because Storm is an interesting dog, much like Janet was describing Rita.
Right.
Is the same thing you have with Storm. And I appreciate it because you share her with me since I moved here.
Yeah, she's a great girl. She's a great dog. Loving and lovely. Oh, that sounded nice. Anywho, Not to be a wet blanket on a delightful conversation.
But let's get out of here.
You know what? It has been a lot of fun. It's always fun. There's no one whose company I enjoy more than the Rene'nay. And we love talking. We appreciate everyone who's watched.
Oh yeah, because once we get off of here, we're not going to talk.
No, we're going to watch a movie. We're watching the A-Team.
I know we are watching.
Busy watching the A-Team. We're doing it in
A-Team
chunks.
the movie.
Yeah. Well, we've been watching the A-Team the movie in between watching A-Team the TV show.
Because we're exciting like that.
We are crazy exciting.
We've actually been very busy. And by the way, if you know any theaters, comedy clubs, cultural centers, or any event places near or around you, if you want to use our email address that you see, please send me an email with the information, because our calendar is filling up for next year, and we would like to come see people that we know. And
love it. I love being on the road. Rene'nay's learning to love being on the road again.
I like being on the road with you. We do have a good time.
We love to sightsee at 70. And that's not the age. That's the speed limit.
Don't you point at me
No,
like
neither
I'm
one of
70.
us.
Oh,
No, we love to know.
you
Because
will be lucky if they ever see you again.
it sounded like we love to sightsee at 70, like that's our age.
I
at 70
know.
miles per hour.
But that little finger was pointing at me
No, it
when
wasn't
you said
That's why, like, hey, good looking. It's like, I'm talking to the dog.
I didn't say, hey, good looking. I said, hey, baby.
Hey, baby, good looking sweetie pie cakes. And then I said, like, are you talking to the two-legged one or the four-legged one?
He did get me on that one, because some of you may remember he called me or the dog a bitch.
I was calling the dog. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to remind you, whatever.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Is
this going to go as well as your countdown?
No, we released a cooking video on Sunday
called
Spicing It Up with Flip. And you have to say it with the accent. So that's on Sunday. We do the podcast on Tuesday, and we try to post on social media several times a day, every day.
At what address? You know how
At
they
road?
can find? No.
What?
You know how they can find us on all of our social media?
Our QR code.
We're going to post our QR
We're putting the
code,
QR code.
and you guys can just shine your little phone, right?
I don't know. The camera on the phone, I think.
You use the camera on your phone. This is why Janet may have had trouble communicating with that. And then it'll lead you right to our social media, and you can go right there, like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us.
If you don't QR code it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, which we're doing a lot of stuff on, you can always find us and X Road Comics Adventures. By the way, oh, you know what I learned how to do yesterday? I learned how to put that little button in your YouTube videos that's in the lower right-hand corner that says subscribe. So if you're watching a video and you want to subscribe, just click on it, and hopefully it'll work.
We're amazing. We are becoming technology wizards.
It's crazy. We're like cool kids in the 21st century. With that,
we're out of here.
You know what? Oh, we're deuces.
Thanks for joining us, you guys. Look for our links later.
Road Comics Adventures out.